Hey everyone, welcome to my channel, Jurassic Collector here. Today I'm going to be doing a repaint video, which I've never done on my channel before. So, we're going to be turning this figure that you now see on screen, and I turned it into this. I'm really happy with how it's turned out. I think it looks awesome. I'm not an experienced repainter. I've done it twice before. So if you do want to see how I did do this transformation from that brown Ceratosaurus Roarivore into this Jungle Explorer paint scheme, then make sure to watch the video. 99% of the paints I'm going to be using are from this 48 acrylic paints kit from Amazon. I actually used this to paint that Ceratosaurus, as I said, and I absolutely loved these paints, how they turn out. So I will have a link for these paints in the description down below if you do want to check this out for yourself on Amazon. Also, I just want to say that I will not be using any airbrushes or anything in this video. I will just be using paintbrushes. So if you do want to paint along with me and do this repaint with me, then feel free to. It is a very simple, very easy repaint. If I could do it, you could do it too. Without any further ado, let's get into this repaint. Okay, so first off, I'm going to be showing you guys the colors that I'm actually using. So first up, I'm going to be using this Storm Cloud. This is just a white paint, so I'm going to be using this white just to paint the figure obviously white first, so we have a fresh base to start off with. Then for the red stripes, I'm going to be using this crimson red. Then here we have emerald green. This will be our main green for the figure. Then here is yellow green. I'm thinking about using this shade as the transition shade between the yellow and the green. And then for the actual yellow for the base, for the legs of the figure, I am going to be using this pale yellow color. I do have a lot of paintbrushes here. I think I have 12. So I have some smaller, finer ones like this, and then really large ones like this. So this would be good for when I'm putting the white on now in a minute. For references, I am going to be using this Mattel Matchbox Jungle Explorer, as well as this Jurassic Park Collectibles book. The cover is kind of the Ford Explorer style, so I will be using that as well. I am just going to give the figure a rub beforehand. So let's get our first stripe of paint down. Okay, so I have the white base done. As you can see, it looks mostly even. So now it's time for some actual color. So I'm gonna start with the yellow. I'm gonna put the yellow on the leg up to about like there. Okay, so the yellow is now done on the legs, as you can see. This paint is kind of shiny. It actually did dry really quickly. So I left a bit here at the top on each side, as you can see, for some green, and then we'll put some red striping over that. But I'm gonna put this kind of lighter green actually underneath it. I think that would be really cool. There's what that shade looks like there. I think that kind of color would be really nice under the belly. And then we can transition it into the darker green for on top. So let's put the lighter green. I'm just gonna see what it looks like. Yeah, I actually really like that green. It looks really good. So let's paint underneath the figure with this lighter green. So as you can see, I do have a lot of the underbody kind of colored in this green. I actually really like this green. I'm just going to give it a few more coats just to kind of make it darker and just make it more even throughout. And then I will be back to put on the darker green. Okay, so I have the underbody color there. As you can see, that is going to be used for the transition to the darker green. And for the hands there, I also made the tops of the, as you can see, the top of the arm there match this green, and then I did put that yellow, so it's that transition that is also seen on the legs. I feel like that would look most like normal, I guess. I'm pretty happy with how it's turning out so far. I really do like that bright green underneath. Now it's time to put this darker emerald green on the rest of the body. This is how the emerald green looks on the box, and then that emerald green is super light green. It looks dark on the tube, but I don't know if the wrong color was put in it. I'm gonna have to find another green now. Okay, so this shade, Permanent Green Light, this is actually the right shade. It is a nice green, darker green. I don't know what happened with that other one. That was really weird. Okay, so I have this darker green on my brush. Okay, I'm going to show you just quickly how to like how I'm dry brushing this darker green on the jaw to blend it in with this lighter green down here. So I'm just literally just have this the green on my paintbrush, the darker green, and I just like brushed it onto my plate like that, just to get all the actual like proper heavy paint off. Then I'm just going in with this brush, and it's just like that, just dry brushing. As I said, there isn't much paint on it, and that's what I do along the whole body as well to achieve that really nice transition. I try to get as little on the teeth as possible because the paint on the teeth will be harder to paint later on. And as you can see there, if you do dry brush it like that, it can create a really nice kind of airbrush effect where we have this darker green here on top and then this lighter green here underneath, and it can give a really nice effect throughout the body, which you will see in a few minutes when it's all completely done. So this darker green is coming out. I'm obviously going to do a few more coats on it to layer it up, and then I will be back to you guys once I have all of this darker green done, and then it'll be time to put the red stripes on this. Okay, so I do have the darker green on now, as you can see. I'm actually really liking how this is turning out so far. So we have the darker green on top, as you can see, and then we have underneath, obviously as you saw, a like yellow green kind of color, and then on the legs and on the arms yellow, and then we have a transition to the darker green. As you saw earlier, I did put that yellow green that's underneath the body, I did put that on the leg, and then I did get this darker green and I blended it in, and it made a really nice transition, as you can see. I'm just going to do the stripes along the back. There's the crimson red, and that actually is the proper shade of red that I'm looking for, so I'm really happy with how that looks. Now it's time to apply the red stripes onto the actual figure, and I'm kind of nervous because this paintbrush isn't that thin. I mean, it is thin, but for striping I'm not sure. So I'm going to continue to stripe work on this and hopefully get it all done, and hopefully it'll look good, and then I will be back to paint the mouth. It's looking really good on camera actually. Now it's time to do the mouth, so I'm going to do a soft beige for the teeth. It's like it's not white, but it's kind of like an off-white. Then for the actual mouth itself, I'm going to do this pink color. Now I'm not sure if it's going to be too bright, but we'll have to see. So there's the pink. It's actually just perfect. It looks perfect for the mouth. There's the pink color in the mouth. You can kind of see it. I will show you guys better. I'm going to actually paint it, and then I'll come back and actually show you it done. Okay, so I have the mouth done, the tongue and the roof of the mouth there. Now the teeth do have to be painted white again because some pink did obviously get on the teeth. I want to do the eye now, so I am going to use a lemon yellow color. I hope it should be different than the yellow on this because it obviously is a different color yellow. I'm just gonna get a toothpick. This is how I always do the eyes, you guys, it's the easiest. Okay, so I do have the yellow dot there on the eye. This figure looks really good from this angle and in this light. And there's that side, so I do obviously have to wait and let that dry, and then I'll put the black dot on. While we're waiting on the eyes to dry, I am gonna get the black ready, and I'm gonna paint the toe claws and the hand claws black. Okay, so I am just gonna be using this noir. It's just black. So earlier on I did pre-paint the claws white just because there was some yellow on them. The black will just go on a lot easier and it'll look smoother. So I have one claw done, so I am going to do the rest of the claws on this, and then we will be back. Okay, so I got the black on the eyes done on both sides. The claws are painted, however I am going to go back over them now. I'm actually going in with Naples yellow instead of the soft beige color because it is more like tooth kind of color, and the other one was kind of too opaque on it. It just looked kind of white, so I'm going to go with this color. I'm going to put this on the teeth, and I'm not sure about the horn. I might do a different color for the horn. We'll see how it looks on our teeth. I think that color for the teeth looks pretty good. I don't want them like white, obviously, because it's not going to be stark white. I feel like this darker kind of colour works better. So I will paint the rest of them, and then I'll be back with you guys to pick out what colour we're going to put on the horn. Okay, so the mouth is done, so the teeth are done. I'm actually really happy with this colour and how it turned out. I think it looks really good with the pink mouth there. So now it's time to colour the horn. So I'm going to go in with this yellow colour right here. That's the same yellow that's on the legs and the arms. I feel like this makes the most sense. For the horn, I want it to stand out, and I feel like this yellow is really going to stand out on it, so I feel like that's our best bet. So I'm going to put the yellow on the horn. The horn is now yellow. I am going to go over it a couple more times like this to really build it up and make it stand out. And then I'll be back to you guys once I have that done. The horn is now done, so I did put the yellow colour on it from that same yellow, and then I did get the light green underneath and I dry brushed it on top just so that I wasn't stark yellow. So I'm not going to put any red stripes on the face just because I think it looks cool the way it is. Now it's just time to touch up. So there's like some paint chipped there and on the red here and some green. So I'm going to get my red and green colours here, and then I'm going to just touch them up, and then we're just about done. So that is it for the repaint, and you guys, this is how it turned out. I am really excited, and I'm really happy with how it turned out. I think it looks so much better than I was anticipating. During like the middle of the repaint, you know, I was kind of just looking at it and I was like, maybe this isn't going to turn out how I wanted it to, but I'm actually really happy with the final product here. It is inspired by the Jungle Explorer, obviously. I did want to give it my own twist because I felt like with that really nice lime yellow green underneath, I thought that was an incredible shade of green. I absolutely love it. And then this darker green here. As you saw, I didn't use any airbrushes or anything. This transition between the legs was definitely something I wanted to get right, and I didn't want it just to be from this dark green to a bright yellow. So that is why I did put this transition shade in here. That really did help bring that together and just make it just look better. However, that last step, I was going to do the varnish. I did try to apply the varnish on it, and you guys, I don't think you can really see it on camera, but it is kind of white here. It does kind of look like it has a kind of white effect to it. This side, it doesn't have that at all. This varnish that I was going to use worked well with other paints that I've used in the past for like my black and white Raptor repaint, but it just did not work with this. I do not know why. It just made it everything that you kind of put on, like it was going like white, and it completely dulled the colours down. So this bright yellow kind of did dull down, so that leg is a bit weird, but it's not too noticeable. Thankfully I didn't put it on the entire body, so I'm just going to have to be careful when I'm handling this figure, whether I'm out taking pictures or even on my shelf. I'm just going to have to make sure I'm careful. These paints, I really liked them, as I said, but they did kind of dry away. Like, it's not like shiny, but it just does have, it has like kind of a sheen to it, and it's not in a bad way. I really like it. It feels like it has been varnished, but obviously it hasn't. So I don't know, I really liked these paints. I actually really did. There was so much colour variety in them, as I said, and it's not a sponsored thing or anything. I bought them. I just actually really enjoyed them. So as I said, there will be a link to them in the description if you do want to check them out on Amazon. So that is it for the video. I do hope you did enjoy this repaint. From that brown Ceratosaurus that you saw at the start of the video to this, I do feel like it is an improvement, because this I feel like looks so much better. I didn't like that original paint scheme. I'm super happy with how this turned out. Thank you so much for watching, guys. If you did enjoy this video, please do hit the like button down below. It really does help me out, and let me know in the comments if you guys want to see more repaint videos in the future, because I definitely plan on doing it. For my next repaint, I do want to do something like kind of like a nice blue color, so let me know, as I said, in the comments if you do want to see a video on that. I would love to do another repaint with you guys. If you have not already, do subscribe down below, because I just hit 3,000 subscribers the other day, which is absolutely incredible. So if you are subscribed to me, thank you so much. It really does mean the world to me. Thank you so much for 3,000 subscribers. We're nearly at 3.1k now, which is just, thank you so much. Until next time, guys, make sure you stay safe out there, and I will see you in the next video. Peace out. Rah, rah.